Legend of Bob Bassett. So the commissioner of my fantasy football league, his father had a near-death experience.
Oh.
But what led him to almost die is even crazier than the actual experience itself. It's down south in a park called Halpatoke. And he's like into mountain biking. He's like a 74-year-old man, just like in great shape, still doing stuff. And he's like doing like time trials in this park set up where there's plenty of like elevation and embankments. And I guess he's trying to beat a personal best. And I guess on one of the embankments, he kind of goes off and misses his spot and goes off the edge.
Just eats it.
It eats it. It's about a 7-foot drop off the embankment into water. And so as he's falling into the water, his foot actually goes through the front spoke.
Wow.
And lodges straight through it. And he's down there.
Is this one of those clip-in deals where he has to get his foot out first?
Exactly.
Okay.
And so as he's like trying to break loose, a 9-foot female gator sees him as a threat.
Wow.
And immediately latches onto his torso, onto his hip.
Wow.
And starts to... It immediately grabbed him and ripped him through the spoke. So
Unbelievable.
So his foot came out. So the gator was trying to help him.
Yeah. Let me help you, buddy.
Yeah, let me help you, buddy. And so, yeah, it's a crazy story. And so, immediately does the whole death roll, takes him under, and he like for some reason remains calm and like he's like he tells the story and he's like super chill about it. Like he's like, oh, I just I knew to just stay still. And so I guess the gator thinks he's dead and like lets go of him. And so he like
no need for a death roll if you're already dead.
Right. So like releases him, and so he's figuring out how to scale up this wall. It's 7 feet back up to the land. And so he like the bike's like pushed down at the bottom of the water and like there's a handlebar sticking out, right? And like so he like tries to climb up on that to like reach up and grab something. And then as he's trying to do that, gator attacks again.
Dang.
Takes his like a whole chunk out of his buttocks.
Oh.
And takes him under, rolls him again for like 30 seconds, gasps for breath. He just starts yelling out just for anybody to hear him. And so what happens is there's like I guess a couple other bikers that were like a half a mile away and had apparently like heard him. And so they tried to like basically two of them come and like reach down and try to grab him, but one couldn't do it without the other. And so as they're trying to get him, gator grabs him again, takes him down for a third time, and this time it like shreds him from like the top of his buttocks all the way down his leg. I mean, he's bleeding out at this point. To not be too long-winded about it, but like it's kind of a miracle all of it like lined up to where because this is like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So there's no help, like just because they finally reach down and grab him, like he has to like jump up, they grab his wrist and like haul him to safety.
Wrestle him out of the gator's mouth.
And now he's bleeding out at this point.
Jeez.
And so he eventually gets life flighted. And while he's in the helicopter, they lose him twice. And he talks about, being in the tubes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like the tunnel of light.
The tunnel of light.
And he stayed away from it, or?
Oh, well, no, he said he embraced it. He was he was like super excited about it. He's like, I'm in it and I'm excited and like I wasn't scared and I was like going super fast. And then the next thing he knows, he's waking up in the hospital. He had gone into emergency surgery and he ended up living. And so our entire fantasy football chat is called Long Live Bob Bassett.
Sweet.
So he's the guy. He's
Bob
the
near-death
legend.
experience. I wonder if he has any like secret abilities or anything. Anything he's told you guys, like he can predict the future now? Or?
Yeah, no, right?